Witam z tej strony Kazioslaw, to jest kolejny odcinek z Powrotu do przyszłości. Cóż, kontynuujemy naszą rozgrywkę. Mam nadzieję, że nikt mi dzisiaj nie przeszkodzi w nagrywaniu, ponieważ nagrywam to na jutro.
Not only does it make every citizen seem like your neighbor and friend, it grants you passage at the 3 main city access points. Hill Valley is the country's first fully incorporated gated city. In 1966, Hill Valley petitioned for a special regional exemption from state legislation. Using a tax and property law loophole, the city of Hill Valley managed to consolidate itself into a gated community with special allowances for business and residential zoning. To date, we are the safest and most self-sustaining city in the United States.
Coś mi to przypomina. Ale nie jestem pewien, co dobra, musimy iść. Znaczy w tym sensie, że jakieś miasto o jakimś filmie. Podejrzewam, że tak coś było, dlatego mówię, że coś mi to przypomina. Tylko strasznie tam będziemy mogli przejść. Możemy przejść, oczywiście. Nie wejdziemy chyba do niczego. Możemy posłuchać tutaj.
E. Brown Industries, established in 1945, is the technological enterprise that makes Hill Valley what it is today. Whether it is electric cars running off the city power grid or motion sensing fence deployment, the radical civil innovations under development at E. Brown Industries are changing the ways cities operate. Efficient pedestrian travel, vigilant citizen monitoring, and space-age technologies that preserve the clean and modern appearance of the city. All these amazing advancements are not only making Hill Valley a wonder of the modern civilization, E. Brown Industries also exports its ideas and technology to cities around the world. One such city is Singapore, soon to be recognized as our international sister city.
Żeby nie było, jak słyszeliście dziwne odgłosy, to przepraszam, ale bawiłem się ustami. No, chodzi o to, że napuszczam powietrze, jakie pierdy można było słuchać. Dobra, przepraszam was za to, już nie tłumaczę, co robiłem, bo to dziwnie wygląda.
Gates? These are new.
Dobra, muszę wpaść na to, co trzeba zrobić. Coś mi pomóc.
Having fun, kid?
That? Who said that?
Attempting to destroy public landmarks is a violation of C-64.
I wasn't trying to destroy it.
Take your demerit.
W ten sposób, dobra. Będzie to dobry sposób. O. Złapanie punktów.
Leave the statue alone.
All right.
Złapanie punktów i dostanie się do profesora. Przepraszam, do pierwszego obywatela Browna. Zobaczmy, czy jeszcze możemy. Możemy. Zobaczmy w ogóle.
I can do
Co się
this
zdaje.
all day, kid.
So can I.
Jeszcze zobaczmy, czy coś to daje, bo jak to nic nie daje. W sensie, jak ekwipunek otworzymy oczywiście. Czekajcie. Stos mandatów. Dobra, jeszcze. Będziemy próbować. Wiem, że to może dziwnie wyglądać, ale będę próbował.
I can do this all day, kid.
So can I.
Jeszcze spróbujmy 2 rzeczy zrobić. Ten mandat będzie ostatni teraz, jeżeli chodzi o pomnik. Spróbuję wrzucić mandaty do kosza. do recyklingu.
It says to keep this printout for my records.
Spróbujmy tu.
It says to keep this printout for my records.
Dobra, ale...
It says
Nie.
it's got my name on it. They couldn't do anything with this. Can you tell me where I can find Doc?
Are you sure you're an honor student?
At work?
That's right.
Dobra, będziemy tak próbować. Mi się nie uda. Okej.
Heavy.
I've got to finish my beat. Are you gonna make trouble for me today?
No.
No what?
No, sir.
That's right.
Hill Valley Courthouse? How may I...
Look, I really need to see Citizen Brown. It's an emergency.
Are you on fire?
Of course not.
Are you bleeding profusely on the pavement?
No, but it's a...
Then it's no emergency that couldn't wait for a scheduled appointment. Good day. Stop pressing my button.
Hey, let me in!
O, idzie.
Edna!
There. Now you've ruined it for everyone.
Please, just give me 5 minutes with Citizen Brown.
No appointment, no entry, nobody, no how.
Guess I'm not getting in that way.
Okej. To nie działa. Sprawdźmy. Ministerstwo turystyki. Tutaj nie, tutaj nie, tutaj nie, tutaj nie. Tutaj nie. Tam gdzie to jest nie. Nie wiem, czy nie widziałem na ściany, ale po drodze nie można biegać. Widzimy szybko.
Free soy dog samples. Take one. I wonder if they've got any more.
Coś jeszcze. Dobra. Czyli to jest przejście.
Must be where Jen keeps her paints. Locked.
Sprawdzajmy.
That junk looks awfully familiar. 50 years familiar.
Te okolice są...
That leads to the soup mo. Leech is in there. I'd rather he come out here.
Wiecie, te okolice są tam nasze znajome, oczywiście z poprzedniego odcinka samej gry.
Jennifer! Jen!
Nie naszego odcinka.
You got a problem?
So do you spend most of your time vandalizing public property?
Don't even think about snitching on me. Unless you want this spray can up your...
No, listen, you got me wrong. I'm looking to, break a few rules myself.
You?
What do you know about harboring dangerous animals?
So you met my new boyfriend. Oh, lighten up.
Do you know where I could score some forbidden materials?
Do I strike you as somebody who would possess illegal substances?
Kinda, yeah.
And you strike me as somebody who would turn in somebody like me.
Posiada.
Next topic.
This ban on public displays of affection bites.
Hey, you're talking about my most favoriteest legal infraction of all.
Yeah?
Not with you. Ew.
This law against public kissing is a load of bull, right?
Yeah, this town is full of it. What are you gonna do?
Protest, that's what. Let's go stage a public kiss-in.
Let's not and say we did.
Isn't graffiti a major infraction?
You'd think. But after Big Brown had all those buildings coated in that Teflon polymer junk a couple years ago, graffiti's been knocked down to a 2 demerit offense. Go fig.
On second thought, maybe I don't want to know any more about breaking the rules.
Wuss.
Zostawiałeś mnie
What's the deal, Jennifer? He left me stranded outside the city gates.
Yeah, that was pretty rotten, wasn't it? I'm such a horrible role model. Better get away before I corrupt you.
Look, I don't know what you got against me in this timeline, lately, but I'm here to make things right. I've missed you, you know?
Take a look at me, Martin. Do I look like the kind of girl that would hang around the president of the Junior Brown Brigade?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but I gotta admit, I kinda like you like this.
Oh, barf?
You act like I'm a turnoff, but I don't buy it. We were meant to be together.
Look, just because I let you tag along to a couple of concerts doesn't mean we're Romeo and Juliet. I mean, sure, you're a little cute, but you're into all this honor student crap.
Honor student?
And I'm into more interesting things. And guys.
Are you going out with someone else? I bet I can make you forget him.
Sorry, Martin, but you just don't rate anymore.
Are you going out with someone else?
Sorry, Martin.
Okej.
Leech and the Whoosh Bags. Never heard of him.
No, you wouldn't have. They don't play much punk on those smooth jazz stations you listen to.
Smooth jazz. I couldn't possibly be that square, even in an alternate timeline. Give me a can of spray paint. I got an urge to paint something.
Happy little trees? Get yourself a watercolor kit. I'm not sharing my wall.
So, Jennifer,
Uh-huh.
what do you think of me?
I don't.
Seriously, what have you got against me? I'm kind of popular, right?
Very popular. Among a certain crowd.
What crowd?
Dorks.
Marty McFly a dork? It's impossible. He can't be a dork.
Okay, anyone who talks about himself in the third person is a dork.
My mom and dad,
What about them?
would you say they're normal?
By Hill Valley standards, yeah. In other words, they're warped beyond repair. Sorry to be the one to break it to you.
Did you get a load of Biff Tannen back there? He's so,
Calm.
yeah, creeps me out.
You and me both. If that's what the Citizen Plus program's all about, I'll stay a Citizen Minus.
What do you know about the Citizen Plus program?
Only what I hear on TV, and the radio, and the newspapers, and the PA systems all over town. They want everybody to enroll, and they say it'll make us all happy and well-adjusted, which is why I'm gonna stay clear of it.
Hill Valley's totally screwed up, but I got a plan to fix everything.
You do, huh?
I'm gonna go talk to Citizen Brown and get him to make it all better.
That sounds like the kind of plan you'd come up with, weirdo.
Citizen Brown is a really great guy.
You're wasting your breath, Martin. I don't buy into all that happy talk.
No, really, this crazy police state wasn't his idea. It'll all get undone once I have a good talk with him.
You know, I almost feel sorry for you.
It won't be long before I see Citizen Brown.
Hey, can I come with you?
You want to see Citizen Brown too?
Yeah. Maybe he can give me a heart when he gives you a brain.
Couldn't hurt to ask.
Dobra,
Your paint's
wyjdziemy.
starting to streak.
Ah!
Spróbujemy się dostać na deskę.
I don't want to go digging through the trash unless I absolutely have to.
Aj, proszę mi się nie dasz.
Locked.
No,
I don't think they'd be interested in a newspaper that's 50 years old. Give me a
właśnie,
can of...
Happy little...
tak nie, jeden rzecz.
They don't need it. Give me a can of...
Happy...
Dobra, nie. Wracamy.
Look out, son!
Mom?
Dobra, pogadajmy z rodzicami, znaczy z rodzicem naszym.
Martin!
Oh, hey, Mom. So, what? Are you out here shopping or something?
Shopping? Pah, who shops anymore? No, it's that time of the month for me again. For my civic duty. I'll be polishing the statue all day.
Oh, right. What's with the golf cart, Mom?
Now, Martin, I know you're embarrassed to be driving around in last year's model, but we really can't afford the 86s yet.
What about my truck?
No one owns a truck in Hill Valley. Martin, are you sure you're feeling okay?
Yeah. I must have had a really vivid dream last night.
Well, I hope your dream world was more fun than this one.
Hmm.
Could you do me a favor? I forgot to give your father my timesheet for last week, and now Mr. Nosy is convinced that I'm hiding something from him.
Timesheet?
Aren't they annoying? But Citizen Brown always says, a scheduled life is a happy life. Anywho, could you be a dear and drop it off at the house? Here, take the car.
Actually,
I know, dear. Love you too. I'd give you a kiss, but you know what that gets ya. Don't forget to pick me up this evening.
Yeah, sure.
Dobra, przestanę się wygłupiać. Znaczy w tym sensie, no wiecie, dźwiękowo
Well, it's not the truck, but I guess it'll
Jedziemy.
do.
do domu. Tak pół żartem, ostatnio oglądałem TV tak urywkowo. Świat według Tomasza Jachnika, coś takiego. No i tam było, że teraz niby elektryczne wozy są nowością, a tak naprawdę Polacy wymyślili je, nie wiem, w latach 70. Mowa oczywiście o meleksach.
Isn't this illegal?
What isn't illegal in Hill Valley?
What if Citizen Brown's watching?
Don't worry, nobody can see us here.
He's a peeping Tom.
Ah! Dad, try to warn your old man the next time, okay?
Another day in Hill
Oczywiście, tak tam jarają.
the perfect place to...
I saw Mom downtown. She told me to give this to you.
Thanks.
Say, what gives around here?
Ah, you know, the usual. Keeping tabs on Hill Valley through my trusty bank of monitors. Always on the lookout for some interesting footage.
Interesting. What do you mean, interesting?
What kind of silly question is that? I've been gathering candid documentary footage for Citizen Brown's promotional videos for over a year now. I know your mother doesn't approve of my work, but wait a minute. You say you saw Lorraine? 11 to 12 hair salon, 12 to 12:20 lunch at soup mo counter, cream of asparagus with crackers.
What was that?
You know your mother's problems. If she slips up again, it could mean demerits for the whole family. There she is, polishing the statue in the park. Just like the schedule dictates. Oh, then everything's fine. Good. Unless... How was she when you spoke to her? Lucid? Sober?
Whoa, Dad, what are you telling me? Are you saying Mom's a drunk?
Shh. I don't know for sure that your mother has relapsed into her old ways, but she's been acting very odd lately, almost as if she didn't like my constant supervision. Confidentially, I suspect she's got a flask hidden somewhere, probably very near the spot where she's working right now. Do me a favor, son, will you? See if you can worm the truth out of her. She won't confide in me, but she may be less guarded with you. Double rations this week if you help your old man out. What do you say? That's a good boy.
Okay, Dad, we need to talk. What were you hiding when I came in just now?
Hiding? I don't know what you're talking about, son.
Come on, I saw it. It was a videotape, right?
I might as well tell you. After all, you'll be 18 soon.
Tell me what?
Hill Valley under Citizen Brown is not quite the contented town you were led to believe it was.
You're kidding.
This isn't a criticism of the great man himself, of course, or his sainted wife, Edna. No one's worked harder than they to apply the most advanced social planning techniques to our municipality. But...
What?
Confidentially, not everybody appreciates it. A great many citizens, perhaps even the majority, actively resent the Brown administration. They don't say so publicly, of course. But in private, well, just listen.
I tell you, Bert, this regime is a joke. They're all laughing at us over in Fairfax.
A toast to Citizen Brown. May his beloved courthouse. Struck by lightning. Shh, Agnes, you're awful. Are you coming to the town square, Lester? Susan Brown's about to give another speech.
Citizen Brown can kiss my hairy.
Well, you get the idea.
Sounds like people can't stand what the Browns have done to Hill Valley.
Not everyone. Only around 50%, maybe 60.
Does Citizen Brown know?
He should. Whenever I send copies of my raw footage to the Public Relations Department over at the courthouse, I get a memo telling me how much Citizen Brown thanks me for my service. But how could he see those videos and not do anything about it?
Maybe you should take your tapes directly to Brown.
Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, sure, he might appreciate my bringing these problems to his attention and reward me for my public service, but then again, they say it's never wise to be the bearer of bad news.
Why don't you give me those videotapes? I'll take them to Citizen Brown.
Thanks for offering, son, but I don't want to get you involved. Citizen Brown won't like what he sees on them, and I wouldn't want you to get the brunt of his displeasure, not to mention the displeasure of all the folks on the tapes. Once they find out I recorded them, no, I'm not letting these tapes out of my sight. It's too dangerous.
It's about Mom. How'd she get to be such a mess? This isn't how she is in my perfect world.
You're right, it's a real puzzle. Because of course we both know Hill Valley is a perfect world, but for some peculiar reason, the harder I try to get her to conform to the rules, the more she slips up.
She's thinking about signing up for the Citizen Plus program.
Is she now?
You're not gonna let her go through with it, are you?
Well, from what I hear, it's a fairly drastic procedure which completely reshapes the subject's personality. On the other hand, if Citizen Brown recommends it, it's gotta be a good thing.
No, na pewno.
Don't you think Mom would be a little more relaxed if you gave her just a little bit of space?
Now, there's a fine suggestion. What would Hill Valley be like if people gave each other space? Why, we'd all be tempted to follow our own impulses, and there's no telling where that might lead. Something on your mind?
So about you and your, work.
Shoot.
You seem to be really into this spying business.
It's not spying, son. It's cinema verite. These candid moments of Hill Valley's residents will eventually be compiled and edited into the documentaries and promotional materials that advertise our way of life to the rest of the world. True, you can argue that I've taken things to extremes, but I still get up to take my meals, and of course to use the facilities.
You're supposed to be... I mean, wouldn't you rather spend your time writing, say, science fiction novels?
Science fiction. I did mess around with it once, but that was before Citizen Brown made it illegal.
Science fiction's illegal?
Sci-fi promotes an unhealthy obsession with the fantastic and impossible, and it encourages the idea that there might be better societies than Hill Valley, which is subversive nonsense, of course.
Okay, different subject.
Yeah?
It's about me.
I'm all ears.
Well, from certain things I've heard, I get the idea that people in this town regard Marty McFly as a...
As a what?
A nerd.
They said that?
In so many words.
Just because a boy studies hard and gets straight A's and respects the rules and doesn't party or drink or stay out late and is perhaps a bit socially inept and obsessed with personal hygiene and prefers his rubber band collection
Stop! I really don't want to hear anymore.
I'm proud of you, son.
I'm trying to understand why Jennifer broke up with me in this time. Recent past.
Are you still mooning over that girl? Forget her! She's bad news. Why, my surveillance cameras have caught her doing things that are completely against the Hill Valley Code.
I don't want to know.
Kissing boys. Sitting with boys in cars. I've kept quiet about it for her father's sake, but believe me, you're well rid of her.
Is there anywhere you expect me to be, like, right now?
Well, I did expect you to be up at the lake until tomorrow with that math-and-magic competition, so I guess your time is pretty much your own right now.
Okay, different subject.
Yeah.
Czyli nas nie ma w mieście w takim bądź razie, chyba.
It's about someone we both know.
Yes?
Have you seen Biff lately?
Not since he went to the reconditioning center. Is he back among the living?
Depends on what you mean by living. He's really different from the way I remember him.
Lucky dog. In a way, it isn't fair that Hill Valley's biggest scofflaw should be the first to receive the benefits of the new Citizens Plus program. But I know I shouldn't be jealous.
Have you ever spent time with Citizen Brown?
Well, of course I'm in the audience for every one of his public addresses.
One-on-one, I mean.
Oh, no. He'd never notice a common Sector L citizen like me. But I dream that someday he'll recognize me for my public service, and maybe let me shake his hand.
What can you tell me about Edna?
Mrs. Citizen Brown? Oh, she's a wonderful woman. People just think of her as this sweet, self-effacing grandmotherly type.
Edna? Are we talking about the
But
same?
really, she's just as involved in running the town as her husband is.
David and Linda.
Have you heard from them?
No, I thought maybe you had.
Not in ages. As far as I know, he's still working for the big city newspaper, and she's still in that women's boarding house. I'll never understand why they decided to leave Hill Valley. Something on your mind?
Hill Valley has a lot of rules.
It certainly does, for our own good.
Public kissing is illegal, right?
Ah, the old PDA law. Indeed it is. And what's more, violation carries a hefty load of demerits. But you know, it's a law people break with surprising regularity. Why, I could show you videotaped evidence.
How exactly do people get other people to break it?
On second thought, perhaps I shouldn't show you the videotaped evidence.
Public kissing is illegal, right?
Hefty load of demerit. Why,
How exactly?
Mijam oczywiście dlatego, że już
on
wiemy.
second,
Myślałem, że to będzie coś
If I got
nowego.
caught with a contraband item, I'd get in a lot of trouble, right?
you certainly would. You could be facing up to 1,000 demerits, depending on the item. But of course, you wouldn't be caught dead with anything illegal. It's your mother I'm worried about.
Did you ever harbor a dangerous animal?
Aha! Couldn't if I wanted to. They've all been banned. But I did catch something very interesting on one of my monitors yesterday. Which one was it? Oh, yes! Does that look like a stray dog to you? Whatever it is, Edna's Animal Patrol will make short work of it.
To był
Something on
powiedzmy,
your mind?
jak on się nazywał? Edward, nie, Einstein. Einstein.
What's the deal with the house, Dad?
I don't know how to tell you this, son, but while you were away at your Mathemagic competition, our house got slapped with a CZ36 violation.
What?
I know, it's so embarrassing. Your mother's mortified. She works so hard to keep a clean house, but those dust mites are so hard to keep down.
Wait a minute, we can't go into the house because of dust mites?
Well, not until they send in the cleanup crew.
This is ridiculous.
Thank goodness they let me move my office out here into the garage.
So, when is this dust mite problem gonna be solved so I can get to all my stuff?
Well, the cleanup crew said they'd probably get around to it by tonight, but they're kind of backed up, so I wouldn't expect them until tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow? Where am I supposed to sleep?
I got it all covered, son. We're gonna camp out back just like we did when you were little.
Okay, this timeline is officially a nightmare. How exactly does this setup work?
I'm glad to see you taking an interest. Each of these monitors is connected to multiple cameras, of which I've strategically jacked into throughout the valley, with official clearance, of course. I can switch between cameras with these buttons. There's also a VCR for each monitor. I keep a record of everything I see, so if I happen across something intriguing, I can keep it on file.
Well, I'll leave you to your snooping.
Supervising, son, supervising.
I'll leave you to it.
Right.
Hey, demerit? Hey, what for?
Greetings, programs. LeBrock 2.0. Anatomical constructs for sciences of all sorts. Boring.
Komputer,
Nice.
jest Amiga.
We didn't have a computer in the other
Amiga bądź
timeline.
coś takiego, w tym sensie.
Well, no joystick. That's lame.
Oczywiście w tym sensie to jest komputer z dawnych czasów.
Hey, what's my guitar doing out here?
Your mother and I convinced you to give it up, remember? Rock and roll music is frowned on by the Brown administration. It sets a poor example for all the kids who look up to you as a model of studiousness and moral gravity. And besides, you're not very good.
Come on, Dad, I need that guitar.
Give me one good reason why I should give it back to you.
Because a certain girl is only gonna like me if I can play the guitar.
A certain girl? You don't mean...
Jennifer.
Oh, Martin. Why are you fixated on that little hellion? She's nothing but trouble.
Yeah, my kind of trouble.
And besides, the way you play guitar, you're only gonna drive her further Go ahead, son. Do your worst.
Thanks, Dad.
Good morning, Mrs. Brown. Please address me as Mrs.
Wpadł na to, że zdystansuje nas.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Citizen.
Attention, citizens! This domicile is in violation of Civic Ordinance CZ-36 and has been placed in protective quarantine until corrective measures can be taken. Please back away from the house and have a nice day.
What the hell?
Don't violate the perimeter, son.
Ja się z wami powoli będę żegnał. Mam nadzieję, że odcinek wam się spodobał. Pamiętajcie o komentowaniu odcinka oraz subskrypcji kanału. Pamiętajcie też o poleceniu tego kanału swoim znajomym, tak więc do zobaczenia w kolejnych odcinkach. Trzymajcie się i na razie. Pa!